Tip number 2 is knowing your rider. Your child's parent, and you've probably known them between 5 and 18 years, however old your child is, and you have a lot of insight to how they act and how they behave, but there's a lot more science, and there's some tools that can help us to even have a deeper understanding of who your child is. What I'm talking about is personality testing. There's some education out there that says that there's 16 different personality types. Do you know who your child is and what their personality type is? Do you know what motivates them, how they process the world? This is, for me personally, it's like, I'm married. I've lived with my wife now for, we're coming up on 10 years. We've been together for almost 15 years. I know a lot of things about my wife, but, when I look into personality testing and I read her personality profile, it's amazing the stuff that I had no clue about. The things on just the way that she is processing different circumstances and the way she views the world. There's some really deeper things underneath the surface that I have no idea about. And what I really want to suggest to you today is to run a personality test on your child. Figure out who they are, what their personality type is, and start to learn and become an expert on all things your child. It might really surprise you on just how that they need to be communicated to, and just what lens that they're looking at stuff from. When you have that kind of insight, it almost gives you like a secret advantage on how to be the parent coach to your child. What's really fun for me is, anytime that, my wife and I are struggling or just not communicating well, it's really easy to go on and start to reread her personality type, and it really gives me a huge insight to who she is and why she's coming at it from a different angle than I am, and it just gives me that secret advantage on how to, steer, our marriage or whatever, challenge that we're faced, and just gives me that extra advantage in that. And so really what I want to suggest for you to do is to go on to 16personalities.com, or you can just type in Myers-Briggs-personality-test.com. There's a lot of free resources out there, and just have your child begin to do and fill out the personality test and just get a report from them. It's going to be something that's going to be really fun, and it might surprise you when you read their personality type on some things that you might not have known.